please state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Maryann Ismael, Maryann. Last name is Ismael.
Thank you. Maryann, do you go by May?
Yes, I go by May.
You know Robert.
Just a little. Yes, I do.
Tell us how you know him and tell us about the two of you, please.
Yeah, so Robert is my husband. We met 15 years ago. We've been married almost 14 years. And it's been well, you know, every marriage has its ups and downs, but it's been a good marriage overall, I would say.
Were you with him when he went through law school?
Yes. In fact, when we first got married, we not only had a baby, but he also started law school at the same time. So very busy time.
And how was that? What type of law student was he?
He's like, his work ethic is second to none. I've never met anybody who worked so hard, who was so ambitious and just wanted to do everything to not only move himself ahead, but to also make sure that he was able to provide for his family.
And what kind of a provider was he for your family?
He was a great provider. So, you know, not just monetarily, but also he was there. We're a blended family. So I have my son, his daughter, and then we have our youngest one is together. And he was always there, especially for our kids. He attended every single school event. Even if I couldn't make it, he was always there. He was the one that helped them with homework because I have very little patience. And he has just this unlimited amount of patience and was always able to walk our kids through, you know, difficult math problems or word problems or whatever it is that they were struggling with. He was always the one that was with them after school and helping them through you know, schoolwork. He was also the fun parent. So he would be the one that would always present ideas like going for a hike as a family, and he was always the one that wanted. So he was very much, he loved to celebrate holidays and milestones, and always had something up his sleeve. So Easter, for example, was always a big deal. He was the one that would get super excited about decorating eggs with the kids and stuffing the little plastic eggs and hiding them all over our yard. So our kids would have such an amazing time searching. And you know, he shared a lot of his Mexican traditions with our family as well. I'm Filipino, so he would share a lot of his traditions with our kids. So like things like where they have like the empty egg that's decorated and it's full of confetti, and you crack it on the kids' heads. Like he introduced that to our children, and they just he always had something. Even our wedding anniversaries. I always forgot our wedding anniversaries, but he never did. Always had a gift, always had something planned, even if it's just a dinner with just the two of us. One year he had planned this whole weekend getaway where we went up to Zion, we went hiking. He had planned like different tours where we went rappelling, and it was just the most amazing weekend, and it was so much fun.
I'm going to show you, and Your Honor, we have a number of photographs that are in a drive that will be given to the jury, if I may publish, and they're going to be admitted by way of stipulation.
That's going to be you three.
This is a picture here of you and your family, and this is a little bit older photo, and I know there's been a lot of press that this case has drawn. I'm not going to ask you the names of your children for obvious reasons, but this is a picture of you and your husband and your mixed family.
Yes.
Blended family.
Yes, our blended family.
You each had a child from a prior marriage, and then you had one in common.
Correct. Yeah.
How did he treat all three children?
Obviously the two girls are his, but he never treated my son any differently. So when we first met and we first started dating, my son was 3. But he never, even to this day, he doesn't treat him any differently than he treats any of the other kids. So, calls
fair.
him my son. It's always, he refers to the 2 girls as, his sisters, or he would talk to his sisters about, oh, that's your brother. And it was never a question about, there was no step brother or half brother. It was just their brothers and sisters, period.
And that's fairly uncommon based upon talking to friends and other experiences.
Yeah.
Fair to say. In addition to being a family man, an attorney, having gone through law school during your marriage, was he involved in any community activities?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So even throughout law school, even before law school, so he was a very active Rotarian with the local Rotary Club here in Las Vegas. He was always involved with community service, planning events. He's offered his law services to help start other nonprofit organizations. And he would be the first one to volunteer if anyone ever needed help that he knew that he can assist with. And it inspired me so much that I actually became a Rotarian with a different club, which and it was something that we just shared together.
Is there anything else that you'd like to tell this jury that I perhaps have failed to ask you? Robert is an amazing father. And like I said, even to this day, he tries to stay involved with the kids. He tries to share some type of an experience with them, even when he was at the detention center. Like him and my youngest daughter, they would talk about anime and manga, and they would send each other drawings that they had. And he really tried to continue fostering the relationship with his children, even when he couldn't be there. Even when he couldn't be there in person, always made sure checked on, even would check on schoolwork, so I would love for my children to not lose that, at least not for the rest of their lives. Robert really is a great father, and he's a good husband, and I would love at some point to give my children the chance to have their father back. Thank you, ma'am. I have no further questions.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony here today.
Thank you.
You may step down. You may call the next witness.
Tanya Burton.